Okay, hello and welcome back. Nice to see you already, Michelle. As you can see, I will be working on the Inferno squad, and I can't find an arm for one guy, but he's not put together yet anyways, so I need to clean my pit of a desk and hopefully find it. So here's hoping that I do, otherwise I have some creative thoughts rumbling around up here. Can you hear me fine? Yeah, bits and limbs everywhere. Sweet. Okay, well, I am just going to kind of go a little bit the easy route right now, and I will just start with doing some dry brushing on the pants just to see what I can get done there, and then move on as we see fit. Yeah, it's a massacre. Blood is everywhere. Oh, wait, it's Star Wars. There's no blood. Except for a little bit in one of the first films. Viewers could have red paint splotches everywhere, too. Oh, yeah, I could. I mean, there are some red logos, so, I mean, night's young. It could happen. Alright, hello, Muse's Touch. Thank you so much for the raid, as always. Right now, I'm just doing a little bit of dry brushing. Just touch that up with the other color again. Be right back. Putting the kid to bed. Alright, Michelle, I'll see you whenever you get back, or at least you can come back and lurk. Moist. So yeah, Carol, this is the guy that I'm missing an arm for. So as you can see, it's a refresh, and yes, refresh, and good morning or evening. Evening here. Good morning to you, Bald GM. I'm surprised you were up even that early for Carol's stream, but I'm happy that you're here too. That's what they call commitment to the bit. Well, it's still missing, but if you saw where the bits were, it's a pit right now, and kind of go through these phases where my desk is very messy, and then I finally get tired of it. I clean it up, then I'm good for a while, and then it gets messy again. Then I'll clean it up. So, oh, hey, let's kind of keep stuff on camera. Right now, just doing a little bit of dry brushing. Yeah, I haven't cleaned up at all. Did even surprise myself, but it's a great way to wake up and have breakfast. Well, yeah. Say something about the best part of waking up is paint in your cup? I don't know, but not really. Dry brushing his butt. And I'll touch up some of this with some of the other colors, give it a black wash.
Hey, phrasing!
It's only 2 hours earlier than I normally get up for the workday. Well, I'm happy you're here. I don't expect you to be here, but I'm happy you're here. Yeah, and some people always say, well, 9:30 is bedtime, and I'm just kind of like, not for me. That's that's when the kids go to bed. Then it's my time after that. Got a little too much on there still. Yeah, as a parent, having some of your own time is always key and critical.
Moist.
Hey, Johnny Bird. Glad you can make it by. If Liesel's still awake, tell her Uncle Nat says she needs to go to sleep. Good. Good. Just gonna drop in on your earlier stream, Ball GM. Yeah, and I was still at work when you were on Ball GM, so sorry that I missed it. And hey, I'll just remind people too that if you haven't subscribed to me, it is September, and it is 20% off subscriptions. So if you like or like-ish what I do, feel free to subscribe either with Prime or, hey, you can get it for cheap now. Welcome back, Michelle. We missed you, but our aim's getting better. I don't know. I always like saying that one. Ooh, well, thank you. And remember those two that are subscribed with Prime, you have to re-up it every month. I wish there was a way where you could just say that you want to continue to subscribe via Prime to one channel until you say otherwise. It would make things easier. Yeah, which I think I need to resubscribe to yours anyways. Muse. Alright, I'll just kind of leave that like that just in case I want to do any more dry brushing. Okay, and I was doing Dragon Black. Some gloves. And I'll just knock down another lot of paint. Hey, I made it to 10 minutes in before I did the awkward stare. I'm pretty proud of myself. But yes, ReaperCon was a blast. It was awesome meeting Carol and Jake. It was fun heckling her during some of the hobby hijinks too. Especially had a lot of fun with that. Both the hobby hijinks and the heckling. It's what I do best. I really take after my old man. If any of you really know my dad, he is a heckler extreme. Yep. So if you wonder at all wherever I get it, it's from the old man. Yeah, you gave a decent account of what you're given. Nope. Both me and my brother Johnny Bird, we did not fall far from that tree at all. Apple. You mean like that? I've made plenty of double take with the sass I can fling. Yeah, I bet you have. And yes, Kiko, we were blessed with superior genetics, especially the gift of beard genetics. I don't know. It's just awkward stare. I don't say anything when I do it, so. Just touching up some of the dragon black here. After I'd done a dry brush. All real men wear mustaches, yes. So myself and my dad and my brother, we're real men. Manly men. Men in tights. Tights. Sometimes we roam around the forest looking for fights. Oh, didn't I? Carol? Oh, didn't I? At least I got Chaz to get the chin fur. Dang German genetics. Yep. Yes, you're a manly man too then, Ball GM.
Hello there.
Oh, hello there. Your move. Alright. Well, let's get to painting the gun. I'll do it this way. Apple. I didn't say you saw the tights, but they were there. They were there. Sometimes there was a reason why I was smiling the way I was smiling. And going back to good old standard 6-shooter for the guns. Hey, I can rock a pair of tights. Next year you're wearing kilts, right? I'll have to coordinate that with my dad. Because he would absolutely love that. Yeah. See, Space Cowboy, what, are you taking off or are you just watching Cowboy Bebop? Hey, I'm fixing up the special. Bell peppers and beef. Yeah, I really love this color 6-shooter. It just works so good for guns like this. Granted, I have to do a few coats, but honestly, it's really worth it. Probably put a little too much on my palette right now, but oh well. Luckily, my favorite local gaming store carries that, and at this point was the orders that I do for Michael, and I did pick up my Octarius box set, Carol, so yeah, I just gave them a full discount card. They handed it back and added a few punches on another one. Which, yeah, that terrain is killer. It is when you're broke, Kiko. Which, yeah, I'm looking forward to the live-action Cowboy Bebop, just to at least give that a look. But I'm enjoying who they cast for Spike and for Jet so far. And Faye, if she has the good snarky attitude that she had in the anime, we're good. She won't be near as cheesecakey as she is in the anime, but hey, it's neither here nor there. Yeah. Anything Oki is best Oki. Which on the way back, Dad and I listened to most of Brutal Cunning, the audiobook, which it's just funny hearing a narrator actually read with an orc voice. Just touching up a few things here and there that I see I kind of missed or just didn't get covered well enough. But yeah, some of that terrain, like just looking at it from a detail perspective, it's nuts. Yeah, the Spike casting for the Cowboy Bebop live action series is really good. Plus, I've liked him in just about everything he's been in so far. Especially his interpretation of Sulu, which got a big thumbs up from George Takei, actually. Yeah, and the sleeper hit for me in that one was Carl Urban as McCoy. Because for a minute there, I'm just like, really? Aelmir as Bones? But, oh man, he got the cynic, just, yeah, he nailed him, in my opinion. Yeah, me too. Which, in my opinion, too, he was a perfect Judge Dredd. Like, I like Stallone's version for the campiness of it, but Carl Urban's Judge Dredd caught the grit of it, and like, as you noticed, he barely talked from separating his teeth. And he never took his damn helmet off, which never happened in the comics. Not that I'm a comic purist in that regard, but I don't know. With Judge Dredd, it's just he was supposed to be the embodiment of law. And the law has no face. Oh, yes. So much flavor to the boys. Well, well, well. I don't know how much I want to say on stream, even though I don't have a mature rating. If it isn't the invisible, then C-bomb. That beard, yes, please. Yeah, he did have an epic beard. And he was a very, very well done Billy Butcher. Okay. Oh, one thing I'll show you too. I was watching Muse's stream. I actually got the magnetization done on this one. And on the other one, gotta find the arm first. So that's kind of a catch-22 right now. Okay. So now, pretty much on everything but the armor, I'm going to do a Nuln Oil wash. And then while that's settling, I might actually put the sand on the bases of these four, because I just have these three to do. I didn't get them based up, but those guys I can do off stream. It is called Nuln Oil. I'll hold it like this. And it's a black wash, so put a dry brush over all of this, and it kind of brings it back down to black, because this looks almost a little too grayish. But then it'll settle into the crevices, and even though I've done a dry brush over everything, those areas will still look highlighted. And plus, since Michael just wants tabletop quality, I'm not gonna do a lot of time doing layers on something that I can easily achieve with a wash. But yeah, if anybody wants to ask me anything else while I'm doing this, or want any of my feedback on ReaperCon, I know a lot of you were watching Carol's stream, so you could hear what she had to say, but if anybody's interested what I have to say and whatnot, go ahead and ask. Otherwise, I'll just sit back and let you enjoy the dulcet tones of the duty-free music. I could even just do some Quagmire impressions. Welcome to Late Night Q. Got a smooth selection of jazz, and we got a woman from Omaha who's hiding a banana. Stay tuned to find out where. Giggity giggity, giggity goo. Okay. So, yeah, let's see. It was a blast meeting, like, met Reaper John, like, right away. Like, we were waiting in line, and kind of saw him kind of doing some streaming, went over and talked to him, and yeah, that's when I posted the pictures of your artwork, Michelle, on his laptop, because I took the picture with him, and he's like, yeah, look, I got his stickers on my laptop. What was the most informative part for you at the con? Well, it was a few of the I actually managed to take 2 classes, because Jake did not want to take one of his, which was a green stuff class, because he thought he needed some prior knowledge of working with green stuff, which is a 2-part epoxy for modeling. But I did that, and actually, I'll find that guy in a second. Actually, we put a kilt on a miniature, and it was actually really cool how we did it. But then in the metallics class that I took, yeah, I actually learned something from an intro to metallics class, just because it was just some way I never thought about something, which is, if you're going to paint metallics, do it over a black base coat, which, after hearing it, I went, oh, duh, that makes a lot of sense. But then, but I never actually really thought of it that way. So that was nice, just kind of walking away with that. And of course, the hobby hijinks were fun, but they were good at teaching me how to speed paint, which is one thing that I am not very good at, or at least wasn't. I feel better about it now. But yeah, here in a second, I'll actually get the guide that I put. Well, it's supposed to be like togas and skirts, but like we only got one part of it done, so it was basically a skirt. Alright, see you in just a sec. Alright, let me find the one piece that I put the thingy on. So, hold up. Okay. So now that that's drying, yeah, here's actually the miniature that we put. We're gonna put like a toga on, but we only got this far, and it was kind of neat going through. So now this is solid, but initially it was very moist, very pliable, and this actually just kind of fell this way when I put it around him, and it was kind of cool. We were working on doing some scales, some fur, just kind of farting around. I already knew how to do fur because I had so much work with Space Wolves in the past, but doing scales was interesting. Thank you, Bald GM. Oh, and even Goblin Moists. But yeah, I really like how this kind of fell around his legs. It actually looks like it's just hanging there naturally, which it actually is. And you can kind of see the joint, but when you put that in there, you make it look obvious like a joint, because there are joints in cloth and you'll see them all the time. And so here is like one of the first speed paints I did, which you had everybody got the same miniature and the same paints. And basically you had 25 minutes to paint this miniature. And as you can see, I did a neat little blend on the book just to make it look interesting. Then I even gave his little rat minion, I don't know how well you can see it, gave his little red eyes to make him look demonic. Yeah, I did this in 25 minutes. And most of the time too, the primer was still wet, because they basically had what they called was Bob's squid juice, where they took 2 bottles of I think it was brown liner, put it in a Tupperware container, filled those with water, shook them around, put those in the container, threw the miniatures in there, and then shook the hell out of it and just called them primed. And they kind of let them dry. And this one was from Sophie After Dark. It was a chibi. And at one point, I had an oven mitt on, and I was painting with my left hand. If that tells you kind of some of the hijinks we had to do. And then even gave her a chibi thong, so otherwise you saw her butt. But yeah, this was kind of fun to do. And then for this one, I did a Sophie Says. Oh yeah, it was a lot of fun. And actually, that's how you got like Reaper Bucks. So that's how I got like a t-shirt. And a hat and some other stuff for Michael, but don't tell him. So, had some fun with this one. Yeah, this was the one that we got told to put orange on. And Muse says, well, we don't have orange at the table. And I said, well, we have red and we have yellow. And then this was another speed paint. Another chibi. But I actually had a lot of fun with this one. I felt really good about this one. Didn't get it quite finished. So I have some bits that are still unpainted. But had a lot of fun with it. And then, oh yeah, one more speed paint. Like, I just kind of farted around with a few things. Like, this is like that same greenish effect that was on the blade. Just played around because it was all free. Thank you. Okay, that first coat should be dry on all the guns. So let's put a second coat on. And then while that's drying, we'll put on some sand, and I'm going to put some rocks on these guys too, on their bases. Because I realized I haven't done enough rocks for Michael. It's just been all sand, but Tatooine also does have rocks. And actually, for the guy that's crouching, it'll be really nice because I'll have him crouching there, and he has the option to have his helmet on or his helmet off. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to have his helmet perched on a rock like he took it off to take a shot. So kind of making it look dynamic, or like it's telling a story. Or at least as best of a story as I can tell. Yeah, just doing some of the classes, doing some of the hobby hijinks was fun. Playing some of the games on the... yeah, they had a war game based around 3 ships. And they made rules for your pirate crew, your pirate captain, and then they had ones for the ghosts and the water elementals, and for Bart. This guy is basically their version of Davy Jones. But it was a blast. We played the first round ever of it. It was Carol, myself, my dad, streamer Big Jim Slade, and then just 2 randos. And but yeah, we killed Barty, and we only lost 1 crew member, and that was Big Jim Slade's tank that we just called Frank the Tank. So I will be grabbing some rocks here because they're just out of arm's reach. So. But. Okay. And these are just rocks that I've gotten from like a train hobby shop, actually, if anybody's wondering. And I got a few of the bigger size ones and some of the smaller size ones, depending on what miniatures I'm doing. Welcome back. Yeah, I was just saying how we just lost Frank the Tank when we were doing the Bart's Revenge. And then, yeah, another like good part was after the painting competition, which I got bronze with 2 of my, rip Frank the Tank. Got bronze on 2 of my pieces, which I was super stoked with. But before you go off celebrating too much, it was they scored everybody, well, on the same metrics. And if you scored high enough, you got a bronze medal. If you scored even higher then, you would get a silver. Which, congrats, Carol, on getting your 2 silvers. And let's not glue my fingers together. And, yeah, I got a bronze with one of my dioramas and with my Belisarius Call miniature. And then it was good getting feedback on it. And actually, Ann Forrester was one of my judges. And she says, "You were so close to getting a silver. I want to see a silver from you next year." So, provided that I go. Honestly, you have to put in some effort to even get a bronze, so it's definitely an achievement. Oh, okay. Well, thank you. Yeah, I felt pretty excited about it. I mean, it's honestly the first time I've been judged by professional artists. So I was just stoked I did as good as I did. And yeah, like, looking, like, I went back and watched the stream of the reward ceremony since I was at dinner with a friend. And, yeah, a lot of the ones that got honorable mentions, I would have given bronzes personally. But I'm not the professional artist here, but it was nice seeing some that I thought were better than mine do not as good, I guess. I mean, not to slag on the other artists, but it was good just seeing that I did better than things that I perceived that were better than my work. Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, and that's one I never really did get feedback on, but I'm sure it boiled down again to contrast, and I know I had like a mold line where a joint appeared, so, but yeah, yeah, it did a lot better than I thought it was going to. I thought they would have judged the other one, but yeah, you know, hey, they picked which ones they liked best and judged it from there. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, here's the vampire diorama that got a bronze, which I almost put it in as just a regular piece, but yeah, the lady at the counter said, "Oh yeah, I'd put it in as a diorama." So okay, I'll show the other piece that. Okay, here's the piece that got bronze. And I'll spin. And like, even Ann Forrester said, this has a lot going on. And honestly, I did not paint this one for competition. I painted this as a favor for my buddy Sojan. Thank you. Oh yeah, and this guy I had to build in, paint in 3 pieces and then put him together. Which, at one point during the con, after the, before I got him judged, I dropped him. And he fell, and he broke into the 3 constituent pieces. So I had to run back to my room and glue him back together. So, that was a fun little heart attack. Oh, thank you for the bits, GM. Yeah, I am still really proud, even though, like, I had tried to do a Army Painter sealer on this, and it frosted it. I was so pissed. Like, I have some pictures of before when I varnished it, and, like, this paint job popped. Like, honestly, if I hadn't have varnished it with the Army Painter spray, this probably would have been a silver, in my personal opinion. But then I just had a few other pieces that I entered in, a few dragons from my buddy Chris, yeah, actually, I have them here. Do you want to see some of them? I do have some that were from before. They're the ones where I'm just holding the model, and those were from before. So, but yeah, one of the other dragons, some of the other stuff I entered. Oh yeah, which one of them, this guy that I did for Ever Chosen, which honestly, I'm surprised this one didn't get judged, but oh well. Okay, I will need to copy that because I have a few friends that have been wanting to see all of that. Yeah, this was a guy I did for the Ever Chosen. Oh, this one right here? Awesome. Well, thanks, bud. Yeah, really proud of it because I actually spent... see if it'll zoom in. I actually spent a week on his face. Really just trying to get the layers up on it. And then another one was this Tech Priest Dominus, which again, thanks to Sojan for making me paint yellow. Because yellow is very difficult to paint. And actually, I will show the rest in just a minute. I'm actually going to put the paste on these models, and then I'll show the rest that I entered. So, yeah, So yeah, I think, yeah, and I got actually the badge Fanatic because I think I entered in more than 5 pieces into the competition itself. Oops, sorry, I'll keep this on stream. Actually one of them, I got the Dogs of Brynwyn because there was actually a lady walking around who had 2 dogs, and if you petted her dogs, without any prompting, she gave you the Dogs of Brynwyn badge. Or like one I got was called Busted, that I bought a miniature bust from a certain vendor, and they gave me the Busted one. And then there's another that I got that I lost, Carol, was the Drinks Well with Others. It just fell off during, like, I think when I was, like, volunteering, it fell off. But yeah, this guy came up with this, oh my god, just this amazing bourbon that had, like, a, he said it matched well with Hershey's syrup. Yeah, and, we all took a drink, and then he gave us that badge. Yeah, it was so good, and it didn't burn for a bourbon. And it was from a brewery just right by, like, what was it, like 10 miles from his house? Something like that. Okay, which way should I have the dunes going? This way? Or this way? What, don't like bourbon? So which way? Should I go this way with the dunes? Or this way? Speak up, people. So towards the streaming camera or against the streaming camera? Well, now I'm curious, but you don't have to foot to foot, so like this. Hmm. So like this, Kiko. Oh, we got 2 against. So 2 like this. We got 5 viewers in here, so okay. It was which way should I go with the dunes on the models, but 3 people spoke up, so that was majority. Or Kiko at least changed his vote. Oh, that's fine, dude. Again, I'm just happy people are here. And that they want to watch me slap paint on miniatures. Okay. Yeah, I don't mind if I get some on the shoes and everything because they are just in a sandy area. It would be bound to get some sand on their boots. Maybe even a snake in their boot. Yeah, it's actually really good. My favorite gaming store actually has all of this, or most of this Vallejo stuff in stock, and they've been selling out of it. So I am super stoked that they have this. And as I told Delay Capture, that it's a Gareth trap there, because if money was no option, I would buy out most of their stock most of the time, or at least once, because it's all the stuff that I love to have for modeling. And it's nice going to a painting store that actually caters to painters. So if you're in the area, I'll actually give them a shout out. It's Geek Room here in good old Omaha, Nebraska. And main gal behind the counter, Missy, is just a delight to talk to. Like, she even managed to talk with Delay Capture one time when we went in, and she'll chatter with me and with Delay Capture when she's in there with me for at least a half hour minimum every time we're in there. And I just absolutely love it. Can't say enough about the store. By the way, do you think everyone needs to go check? Yes, there is one that I know Michelle would even get a kick out of. Especially just for the name. Because it's the one that has Mick in the name, right? Yep. There's one entry that had the name Busty McBigboobs. And it was a oh, I forget the name of the model, but it was a Slanesh model that they actually modded it out to actually have Jake thought that was best in show. Well, I mean, who wouldn't think something with a name like that would be best in show? I actually thought one of the Imperial Knights, that one got best of show, the one that had all the freehand on it. Yep. Okay, now all that's drying, I will actually bring up the other dragons and the other entries that I took in. Well, one you've all seen, which is the Spirit of the Forest and the scenery with it. But here's a throwback from a old goblin paint, which was, this is the WizKids White Dragon that I did with a water base on it. Actually, I was actually inspired by Theraval to do this one. Yeah, I just did clay right here to make it look like a beach, have a few rocks in it, since brass dragons are usually around beaches mostly. Yeah, I'm just happy I scored as well as I did, to be completely honest. And then, Ball GM, if you're kind of AFK, you might want to look for this one. Here is the MCDM. This is actually the Sapphire Dragon, but my buddy Sojan wanted it painted up with emeralds. Actually, hold it a little bit closer. And yes, when I painted all of the gems, I tried to paint it so no two colors were next to each other. So if you can only imagine how... I did not enter it in the big monster, I just did into the open. Yeah, I just had it in the open. I didn't think it would qualify for big monster, or ordnance, I think is what it was called. But yeah, I tried to make sure that no two colors were next to each other. It may not look it on this, but yeah. I think I only goofed up maybe once or twice, which I know if Johnny Bird's still here, he'll see it and he'll point it out. So, but yeah, this is one of those that, like, people always, there's like this one thread on Twitter where they said, people always say a model was a real joy to paint and they really had fun with it. Post one that you hated painting, and I always post that one. Am I proud of my paint job on it? Yes. Was it a pain in the ass to paint? Absolutely yes. So, and I'm not afraid to tell my buddy, okay, I didn't know it was a sub-entry like Mouselings. Yeah, I tell everybody that that one was a complete pain to paint. That's the bone golem for me. Yeah. I can imagine. Okay. Maybe I'll do a third coat of the, of the 6-shooter. Make these Dakar more flashy. As you can see, I am channeling my inner orc. Also because I got the Octarius box set. Hey, bud. You just missed that I was showing off your Sapphire Dragon. Or Emerald Dragon. Or, yeah. No, it was Sapphire, but I painted it with emeralds. Yes. That's it. But better late than never. Loved it after the fact, but I was swearing up a storm during cleaning up. Yeah, I was really just kind of going, when I was painting each of those gems, just going, I just need to get through this. I need to get done with it, because once I'm done with it, I can move on to something else. I forget. Do you remember, Sojan? Did I paint that one in a week? Or did I paint that at a different pace? So I'm trying to remember if I did that one for Goblin Paint or not. Yeah, I put it in the competition, though they judged Belisarius over that one. Okay, yeah. I thought it was like... I didn't think I got it done in 2 weeks, or in a week. It was definitely a 2-week project. But yeah, I could have entered it in the Big Monster. I didn't realize there was a subcategory there, so I probably could have entered it in that, and that probably would have scored. But they judged Belisarius' Call. And I was actually showing that off a little bit earlier. Yeah, and I'm still pissed at what the varnish did to it initially, which, yeah, I'll find some old pictures of it, and actually, let's see if I got it in my mini pics, and I'll show it quick, and then we can call it adieu. Where is... see if I've got it in here somewhere. Ah, yep. So, here we go. So here's what it looked like before I varnished it. Yeah, I will never again use the Army Painter spray can varnish. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so Sojan is like my, kind of like my pusher, or like he just kind of gives me miniatures to paint for him. So, oh darn, twist my arm there. Okay. So, yeah, got some dry brushing done. Some of the 6-shooter. Got the sand on. I will try and clean my desk to find the other arm. Otherwise, I'll try and... yeah, he is my real-life Theraval the Enabler. By just enabling me by handing me miniatures. So... oh, okay. One of them is a gift for all the work also. Okay, well that's nice, bud. Hey! You caught me right at the end, but as you can see, I've gotten some good work done on the Inferno squad. And I was showing off some of the miniatures that I had entered into the competition. If you want to see them, I could pull them back up because I just have one place I kind of need to be after this. Oh, hello there. So if you want to see some of the other miniatures that I entered, I'll show you. Otherwise, yeah. Yes, and good morning to the Goblin King. Wow, got a little bit of the European crowd in today, so it's pretty nice. Okay, so first of all, here's the diorama piece that won a bronze. And this is a Frank Frazetta piece that someone just printed, or was inspired by the Werewolf versus Vampire Frazetta piece. And then here's the Belisarius Call, which I'll move some of these out of the way, that won the bronze for me. And here's just another one of the ones that I entered in, which was just a Tech Priest Dominus, which my buddy Sojan in chat asked me, yeah, his little hand that just holds the keys. That Sojan asked me to paint the robes yellow. So again, I hate you and love you for doing that. I did enter some Reaper miniatures. It was the Spirit of the Forest and the Temple, the Abandoned Temple, and I entered that in the diorama, and they didn't judge that. They judged the Werewolf and versus Vampire. Oh, you'll love the name of one of the entries though, Michael. It was like a Keeper of Secrets or something from Slanesh, but they called it Busty McBigboobs, and it was a model that they entered in and gave her two very nice jubblies and just called it that. Yeah, they actually encourage it. They there were special categories for other miniature entries, but yeah, no, they encouraged any and all models, and actually what won Best in Show wasn't a Reaper model. I don't even know where it was from, but it was a beautiful Joan of Arc with a freehand banner behind her that was in like full non-metallic metal, and just, it was amazing. Okay, so one of the other ones that I entered was this Ulrich the Slayer. Though I think at Adepticon for their painting competitions, they might be cool with it. They might just have a Games Workshop category and then a non-Games Workshop. But yeah, they're not as cool as Reaper is. Reaper was, oh my god, the people there were just amazing. Oh, I won't. I'll save that one for last for Michael. And then I entered in this dragon, which was WizKids, and I did like a little water base on this. And even did a little custom sandy base on this. This was before I was really cleaning up my base as much. Plus, a lot of these are actually, Michael, for my buddy Sojan in chat. Like, I think everything I showed you but the Diorama and Ulrich the Slayer are actually his pieces that I went to his house to pick up. And of course, then there was this bad boy. The Sapphire Dragon that Sojan wanted painted in emeralds. Yes, you do. And one thing with this guy, when I was painting him, Michael, I don't know if I told you, I made sure that no two colors on all of these gems were side by side. So you can imagine how much cussing I was doing, or just grumbling, while I was painting this. But yeah, this is from the Matt Colville Kickstarter for what was it? The Strongholds one. And so I don't know if they're selling this again at all. So this is a very limited edition mini. Just love that a mini company does take other brand minis into the painting competition. Shows that not all about selling minis, but about the whole hobby. But yeah, Strongholds. But Reaper miniatures did have like a special card next to them. They were differently colored, so like the judges knew right away that they were Reaper or not. Actually, let's see if I can get a close-up on his eyes and face and nose. It's actually pretty pleased with how good those turned out. He just wants to nom. Nom, 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 nom. Yeah, everything is resin except for these two tentacles are pewter for some reason. But yeah, those were all the pieces I entered in. I can show you some of my speed paints if you want to as well. Yeah, they're all about the joint painting minis. Any minis, not exclusively gatekeeping, elitism. Yeah, and they even had a scale 75 booth in their dealer's room that actually my dad actually bought me this skin tone set, which is these tubes here, and even comes with a nice little tutorial in there. Should see if I can find another one of those unpainted on the net, which I do still have the small amethyst dragon here. I just haven't, or no, topaz dragon that I haven't painted for you yet. He's somewhere in my mess of a desk. And then also I got the, got the woods and leather paint set. Then I got some other nice miniatures to paint for later. But yeah, they had plenty of pokey tools. So, got a pirate pokey tool. And actually, I'll even show you one of the exclusive buttons that you get. Oh. Huh. Wonder why. Thought my stuff was working. Huh, I'll have to check my links. Because it worked earlier, didn't it? But, there's this, Angelica Fairweather bust. Which, she has the option for both, bandana and just the hat. So this will be nice to paint. And actually, I had it posed like this, but and actually, let's see. Oh, well, no, I have no idea why it didn't come up. Hold on, let me check, Let me check something. I'll just leave that there for a second, and... Sorry, I'll just check something. Continue with Twitch. Come on, let me in. Yeah, because it didn't even pop up on my chat overlay. Huh. I'll have to make sure things are working. Might have to fart around with that later. Alright. Hey, at least you got that. Well, thank you. Thank you for the sub. I really appreciate it. Especially from the king himself. But yeah, here's the Spirit of the Forest if you need a good close-up here. And of course there's the damn frog that Carol found. And mushrooms and... hey, some of the paint chipped off or something. Oh well. Maybe that's why they didn't judge it then. And then here's the ruined temple that I did. So, yeah, leaves I all punched out with a green stuff leaf punch. And then glued into place. Yeah. Well, and she was painting the metal one, so hers had a lot more detail than mine did. Otherwise, I just thought it was like a berry or something. So yeah, had a lot of fun with some of the Vallejo Mud Effects that I got from my favorite local gaming store. And as you can see, I did some of the Nurgling Green, I think, or Niblet Green. Whatever the dry brush is you use here. Yeah, that was the other diorama that I entered. So... yeah, that's right. When you did flip it upside down, then you saw it was a frog. Otherwise, you were just like me and just thought it was a berry so far. So... yeah. other things I'd like to show, but I kind of want you to have some surprises in your Christmas box, Michael. So... So, yeah. But yeah, Reaper John was super cool, super stoked when I said I was with Goblins of Mordor, and was happy to point out his stickers and everything. So, yeah. Overall, a good time. 10 out of 10 would do again. Many metal minis have many details not added to the Bones minis. I am painting a metal cave troll for Reaper competition. The metal one has a full-on Willy and Bollocks that they cut off the Bones version. So just, oh, look, it's just dangling right there. Twig and berries, both. Well, I'd say if any a good place to end my stream, it's on that note. So unless there's any other questions or anything before I sign off, because it's now 11:45 here, so I kind of want to get a few other things done around the house and just chill out for a little bit. Well, yeah, thank you. Thank you for swinging by, Sojan. Thank you for swinging by, Michael. Thank you for the subscription. I don't know why there wasn't an alert or anything like that. I'll have to double check on that. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, if yeah, any of the EU goblins swing by, I would be more than happy to run a little late just to chat or catch them up on what I've done and whatnot, unless I'm like almost falling asleep while I'm painting, which really hasn't happened yet. Usually I have a good post-stream high. So yeah, thank you for swinging by, Bald GM, and yeah, I'll be happy to tell more ReaperCon stories the next time I'm on, if I can think of any. But yeah, the hobby hijinks were fun. Yeah, it was a great convention. One of the best that I've been to, and I've been to my fair share. So, all right. Unless there's anything else from anyone else, I will probably say, have a good night, everybody. Thanks for stopping by, and remember to keep painting.